All right, guys, welcome back to another Two Tamers Talk. Jeff's here.
Hey, guys.
Of course, right? After 20 weeks, why wouldn't he be here?
Episode 20. Oh, my goodness. This is crazy,
Cheers,
guys.
my guy.
Cheers. Seriously. Cheers.
Oh, we did it. 20 weeks in a row.
20 weeks. No, this has been great, man.
Yeah.
This is, 5 months now. Like, I know we started the channel relatively, what was it? I don't want to say early. Like, like the time has just flown by.
September 1st.
September 1st we started, and it's just been taken off. Tons of great support from our fans, from the community. Just loving the direction this is going. It's been a blast.
Yeah, it's good. It's so much fun.
Yeah.
Speaking of so much fun, locals.
We had locals again, and it was great. Another week of 18 people.
18
A couple different
strong.
faces from last week, so it's nice that, if some aren't there, some are there, we're sticking around 18.
We get
That's
the subs.
a killer number.
It's great. No, it was a lot of fun. We were kind of brothers in arms tonight, right?
We were. We decided. We didn't plan it either.
No.
Yeah.
Well, I planned on playing what I was going to play because I'm playing Digimon from now until the big tournament,
Yes.
which we're going to plug again because we want to see how big we can get this.
Yes, we do.
It was funny to see. Like, we talked about it on the podcast, obviously. And then people just kept referencing it tonight at locals. So we have, I think half of our locals are going to be down there.
Yeah, down
to
in
play.
Springfield, Oregon.
Yes, Springfield, not Eugene.
Springfield, yep. Same thing as Eugene.
Mox Valley Games.
Yep, February 19th.
February 19th. It is a Sunday. Make sure you guys make your way down there if you are in this area, or fly in for it. It's awesome.
Yeah,
You get
fly in.
The Ghost Omni Tournament.
I'll come sign autographs all day long.
Yeah. I can't wait to see what the rest of the prizing is going to be, but it's at least 20 strong, and it's going to be a ton of fun. I can't wait. I'm getting real slimy and greasy with my decks. I'm playing.
I know, I'm jealous.
Yeah.
You're doing this thing where you're like, I'm committed to this deck.
Yep.
I know I'm going to play. And we were talking about this. You're like, I need to practice different gameplays. I need to practice different deck styles, different starting hands, etc. So that's why you played it at locals.
Yes. I played Digimon tonight.
Yeah. And I'm sitting here like, well, guys, I updated my Raidenmon again.
Yep.
and I decided to play Raidenmon. But for those of you listening, I went 3-1.
Yes, you
with
did.
Raidenmon tonight. It did really well. Made some changes. But I do need to start dialing in what I'm going to play for this big tournament. I keep bouncing around. I'm all over the place. And I think I'm just usually one of those guys that kind of likes to make the decision like a day before.
Yeah,
the
Store
tournament,
Champs, you made like your Rookie Rush deck like a week before, and you just practiced it
And I
every
just-
single day.
Yep. And then once I did that, I was like, yep, this is the right decision I made, And it's like, so that's probably what's going to happen with this is as we get closer to February, as I start playtesting some BT-11. I know we were just talking about a lot of things we're talking about doing for BT-11. I should be able to hopefully narrow down what I'm going to play soon.
Yeah. No, I'm super excited. Obviously, I've been grinding out Digimon. That's what I played tonight. So we were
Yes.
Machine Brothers tonight.
Machine Brother in Arms. How'd you do tonight?
I got third place.
You did. You also went 3-1. We
did,
both went
I did.
3-1
Yeah.
with Machine Cyborg stuff. It
My
was
only
awesome.
loss was to our channel brother, Nito Jacob,
Yes.
with his killer Grandest deck that we have to
Yes.
get on the channel.
And for those of you who haven't seen him yet on our channel, go
Yeah.
check out the Dorbic list.
Yeah.
That thing is one of my favorite decks, and guys definitely need to try that list.
We have a great Grandest list on the channel already.
We do,
But
yes.
he's got another version of it that is also really consistent and really, really, really good.
Yes.
And it just smoked me tonight. It was just
Yeah.
the most memory efficient thing I've seen in a long time, and it just smoked me.
There's something
But-
about a good deck, a good deck that digivolves into stacks that can really take advantage of like that flow.
Yeah.
Like I always think about our early games when you were playing more of the red stack deck, and you and I would go back and forth, only giving each other one to digivolve or make certain moves just to get that flow going. And yeah, his grandest list perfectly captures that. It's really nice.
Yeah, it's one of those traditional decks where you don't see it very often. There are some decks that like build on the raising area, and you're like, okay, that's fine. They can come out. It's gonna take them a couple turns to do what they want to do,
Yeah.
but like as soon as he gets into like the Okuwa or the
Yeah.
Kuamon or whatever you want to call
Yeah.
it in the raising, and you're like,
It's
oh,
on.
I'm doomed next
It's
turn.
on. It's
like
happening.
he's
This
gonna be
is-
able to
this
do
is-
everything for cheap next turn.
Yeah.
So it was that's what killed me tonight in the one game or one match that I lost. Other than that, I went against the Wabbits deck.
Wabbits, yep.
Went against Wabbits. That deck, surprisingly, I think it's going to be really good when you get that level 6. In
he's ready
BT.
for RB1.
Yeah, it's coming out, and it's going to be really, really good. And then I played against a Ophanimon with a red package, which was really good to get the draw.
That was my only loss.
Yes, yeah, and he got
to that
fourth, I think.
Yeah, he was a great player. You know, he's always a good player.
Oh, he's always one of the top 2 or 3.
Yep.
Yeah, very, very good deck. Very scary. The only thing that helped me there was the Zubagon punch. I think that came. That helped me.
I love how much work that's doing for you.
Gave me a lot of extra security check.
Yeah.
And then I lost against Grandist, and then I won 2-0 against Bloomlord.
Nice.
Or Hydra. Bloom Hydra. Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
Very, very fun matchups tonight. But yeah, I took third, and I was happy about that with Machine. If I can get in the top 5 with Machine, I feel like it's doing its thing.
Well, you're not like, I mean, okay, yes, you're playing Death X, but
yeah. Of course, yeah.
Other than that, you're not
playing
like
to win,
selling
buddy.
your soul. You're not going out of your way to play a super try hard deck. I mean, I don't mean like Machine Dramon is a very good deck. Like it can be meta. You know what I'm saying? But like you didn't show up with Melga X.
Yeah.
You know, or Alphamon or Wargrey X to try to get into that top third, right? Like
this is my try hard deck. I know it's not a try hard for the meta, but it's my try hard deck.
It works,
and
great,
I think it's very disruptive to a lot of things. So we're good.
Yeah, people don't know how to play against it too. You know what I'm saying? And and that's also your strength is that you know how to play against their deck better than they do, you know?
Yeah.
So.
Well, depending on it. Like if I go up against like Dark Knight, I'm like, this is going to be rough because I don't play test against
brutal.
It. Yeah, it's nasty. Blue Flare is also nasty, but it's like Bloomlord, Hydra. I've played against that a lot, especially with Joe on the channel because he's a very good green player and he played a lot of that against me. So I had a lot of practice against that. I know what that deck does very, very well.
Very good Geen player.
Yeah, very Geen.
Very Geen player. Yep.
Yeah. But yeah, no, it was fun today, man. I think everyone had a blast and we had some great times and looking forward to do it again next week.
I'm very excited to do this again. Yes.
Are you bringing Raiden again next week?
Oh man. So next week I am actually out of town.
Oh, that's
so
right.
I'm heading back down to San Jose. This time I'm just there for a week. I don't know how many events I'm going to be able to play at just due to the fact that I'm really just there for like a Monday through Friday. You know what I'm saying? So I'll probably at least play at the place I usually play on Wednesdays.
Okay.
When I'm down there, we'll still film our podcast. Thank you for your remote support expertise there. But I'm really just looking forward to just jumping back in webcam games.
Yeah.
And having everybody in our Discord or everybody who wants to just come hang out or just want to either watch me deck build on Digimon Card Dev or start theory crafting or start testing out some things. I don't know if I'm going to have Tabletop Simulator while I'm down there. I know people. I really want to test.
Everyone's
BT-11.
excited for BT-11.
I know, and I really want to test BT-11 too. But it's difficult for me to bring like 2 separate computers, like my work laptop and my personal laptop, because like I unfortunately I don't have a compact laptop that I can bring with me that has Tabletop Simulator. I have this big thick gaming one, like this one sitting over here. And it's just like too much to bring with me when I'm bringing all this other stuff, especially when I'm only gone like 5 nights, right? Like. Yeah. So get this channel to 1,000 subs so I can buy a good laptop to travel with.
That's first priority.
Start getting paid on YouTube so that way I can buy a new laptop for Tabletop Simulator. No, but in all seriousness though, I'm very excited to do this trip, and it's always going to be a nice little refreshing like chance to just kind of like focus on Digimon again for another week. So.
Yeah, no, it'll be good. We also set up to do some gameplay, like record some gameplay videos. If you guys haven't seen our recent gameplay videos, we've kind of shelled out a few dollars to kind of make it a little bit more snazzy. So we're trying to make sure that you guys are entertained. We're listening to the comments. We're trying to make them all bit. I mean, we did our first one with Wargrey and Machine Dramon.
Yeah, I love that video. That gameplay was fun.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But we took a lot of the comments to heart. And made it better.
We always do, right?
Yeah. I've been grinding a little bit on the editing and trying to figure out how I can make it a little more interactive and fun. So we're definitely getting better. We're trying to get better.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Shameless plug. Go check out our gameplay videos.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, like no shame here, but it's like they're a lot of fun for us to make.
Yeah,
like and we do kind of a good job. I feel like commentating them. Kind of like what we do with our commentary videos when we used to do the local stuff. And then not only that, like you get to see cool effects from all the editing you do. You get to see the decks that we make in action.
Yeah.
Right. So there's just so many reasons to be excited for these gameplay videos. They're a blast to shoot. We know you guys have been wanting them. We've been wanting to do them.
Yeah.
So we're definitely going to take advantage of this trip, and I'll bring some decks with me. think this video will be out on Friday. I don't know if I'm going to have time to specifically pack requests, but just in case, if you want to, jump in comments and let me know what you want me to pack with me when I go on my trip, and I can bring that and we can start recording that. So, yeah.
Yeah, we'll get some good videos for sure.
Yeah.
You're going to be back in a week.
Yep, I'm just gone for a week, so I'll be gone just like a Monday through Friday, but we'll see what happens as far as when I get back, how busy things get from work or whatever, but yeah, no, just a quick little work trip
We need to get back on that grind, man. I want us to do well in this tournament.
I know that's what I need to focus to. So I'm really thinking about taking advantage of this and just being like, what am I going to play at this Mox Valley Games tournament on February 19th down in Springfield, Oregon at 12:30 p.m. for a white Omni.
There you go. Yeah. All the information right there.
All the information right there multiple times. People are probably ready for this event to be over, so I stopped saying it.
The craziest thing tonight was the locals were great.
Yes.
But in between every round, I feel like everybody was on their phone. Because
oh my goodness,
we were getting blown up in our Discord and everything else because we got these BT-13. I didn't even know we were done with RB1 alt art reveals.
We are not done.
Is there still more?
We haven't got all the memory boosts yet, have we? I don't remember.
We're pretty close, but
I guess by
the time this video's done, posted, we'll probably have them all.
I didn't think we were all done with RB1. I don't know though. I just assumed it was going to be more like an EX set where there were going to be more alt arts.
Yeah.
Or maybe because there are already so many alt arts, I just kind of kept thinking they were coming.
I thought there'd be a little break between the reveals. I'm not mad, but
no, but it's like I don't think we've ever had any reveals that all of a sudden here's 10 cards that got revealed in a day.
Yeah.
Normally it's like 2-3 here.
Yeah, and a lot of these look like magazine scans or something.
Yeah, so it must be like a V-Jump.
Yeah, so jumping into this, we have a lot of BT-13. The Royal Knight set is finally getting revealed, and wow.
This is going to be a fun topic tonight, talking about this.
We
just got to the point when we were talking about this, because you like you said, we were on our phones, we were looking at this stuff, and we're like, we got to save this for camera.
Yeah.
We gotta record us talking about these.
Well, because look at these reveals. We have the Yig. How do you say it?
Yggdrasil, I think.
Okay.
I think that's it's like
okay. So fill me in on I don't need the whole backstory, but what is the lore on this?
So basically, the lore is that Yggdrasil is kind of like the sovereign program for the Digimon world, right? Something like that. And my terminology might be wrong, but the idea is that the Royal Knights serve Yggdrasil.
Oh, okay.
Right? And the Royal Knights are kind of like the protector and stuff like this. So there's a point in different storylines of Digimon where Yggdrasil kind of gets corrupted.
Oh.
And so then the Royal Knights still have to obey it and still have to follow its orders. So if Yggdrasil says exterminate all humans, Royal Knights, go after them, right? For example. So this whole thing with the Royal Knights is really fun synergy. So not only did we get a new white Digitama, but this one doesn't have DP like Mother.
Right.
So now this one cannot leave the raising area as far as I understand it so far. So now this just got revealed. More rulings will come out. But the way I'm understanding this is it has 3 different breeding/raising area effects. Right? So first of all, you're going to hatch the egg turn 1. Then it has breeding. Your Digimon cannot digivolve. So now all of these terms say breeding/raising area. So this is a new keyword that we have yet to receive
while it's in breeding.
So this is the first time we've had this keyword and the first time that we've had an effect that actually triggers or that's in the raising area, right? We've had Yoshina that hatches a Digi-Egg, the green Digiburst Tamer from set 4, or for example, Omnimon Merciful Mode can put Digi-Eggs back into the Digi-Egg deck. That's not what I'm talking about. This is specifically a breeding/raising area, whatever they're going to call it.
It just
English.
stays there. Yeah.
It's going to be a permanent effect that actually will trigger in this raising area. So it's going to be crazy because we're like, Mother, right? How did you get around Mother when it became so prominent in the meta? You'd have to swing over it. Chaosmon came back.
Yeah.
Having high body Black War Greymons to swing over it, right? To get rid of that. You're not going to be able to get rid of this. So that's the first effect is your Digimon can't digivolve. So it kind of punishes you, right? So it's going to really limit what you can do with your deck. So for example, right, you're not going to be able to build chains in the raising area. You're not going to be able to build stacks in the raising area because this is going to be your egg. It's going to take up that spot that you have there.
Right.
And then whatever you have on the field, you're also not really going to digivolve either with the way this deck is played, right? The next effect. What's the next effect? Just what's the first couple
when you
words?
would play Digimon, so it lets you
Yes.
hard play Royal Knights. Yeah.
Yes, so it lets you hard play a Royal Knight. Any card with a Royal Knight. So there's the 13 Royal Knights, I believe, if I remember right at the top of my head. Alpha, Ulforce, Omnimon, Gallantmon, Magnamon, Ulforce, Vidramon, Genku, Craniumon,
Kintaurus, Jessmon,
God, I hate Jessmon.
Omnimon.
I think I already said Omnimon.
Did you say Omni?
I think I'm at 10. I think I'm missing 3. Oh, Examon.
Examon.
I
mean, we're you're close.
Whatever. Yeah, I'm close. I mean,
that's enough. I mean,
forgive
come
me.
on, guys.
So tons and tons of Royal
Don't
Knights.
beat him up in the comments. He got most of them.
Yeah. I'm sure. It's gonna bother me on my drive home after leaving the studio.
The one that sets you to 3. What's that one?
Sets you to 3.
Yellow. Or if you're over
Dynus. Dynus and Lord Knight.
There you go.
See, those are the okay.
Yellows.
So,
the ones we don't.
The yellows. Yeah,
the ones that aren't relevant right now.
You haunted the BT-5 that I blanked out Lord Knight.
See, I got you.
So you'll be able to.
We're a good pair. Yes.
So you'll be able to hard play these, and you'll be able to reduce the play cost by 4.
Yeah.
So now this will be I'm interested on the ruling of this, right? Because you have cards that say players cannot reduce play costs, right? Does that affect things in the raising area, breeding area like this, right? Will Psychmon stop Yggdrasil's effect because he's in the raising
play cost? It does say
right.
Reduce
So I
play
think
cost,
it's still going to stop it, right?
Yeah.
I think there's still ways to stop it.
That is a translation from Japanese, and sometimes they do change it, with the Reaper.
Yes.
When they said, it's not reduced play cost, it's set the play cost to this. It could, when this comes out
we'll know more.
In English, it could say set the play cost to 4 less than what it used to be, or something. They could do something.
Whatever it says. Yeah. So basically, you're gonna be able to play all your Royal Knights for 4 less, and then it also reduces by 1 for each inheritable or for each card stacked underneath.
Yes.
It, right.
So every turn, essentially, it's like the longer you wait with this deck, and the longer your opponent takes to do what they want to do.
Yes.
Your deck is gonna get substantially better.
Yeah. Then it has one more effect or what else has an inheritable? So we'll just talk about the other effect. It's also another breeding raising area effect. That one is the start of your main phase.
You flip itself.
Yes. So if I'm understanding this right, you will do this turn 1.
Yeah.
So turn 1, you do your unsuspend, your draw, and your raising phase before the main phase.
Yeah.
So you'll hatch this. Then you'll go into starting your main phase. And you'll do this effect. You'll reveal the next card, your next Digitama, and you're going to stick that underneath it as an inheritable in the raising area.
Yes.
And then also at that point, start of the raising phase, you're going to take all your Royal Knights on the field, and you're also going to put it underneath as Digivolution sources, underneath this Yggdrasil here.
Yep.
So that means turn 1, you'll be able to reduce the play cost by 5 of a Royal Knight. And then I don't remember what the inheritable does. Can you read that for me?
Oh, the inheritable is once per turn when you place an option card. So
yes.
There's going to be option cards that have Royal Knights and traits, just
in
like
the traits.
We have option cards that say X antibody in their traits. Because we don't have a lot of option cards with traits.
We have Blue Flare.
Yeah, Blue Flare.
Blazing Memory Boost.
We have Cross.
Yeah.
There's Cross, right?
I can't remember every card that has traits on them, but they're few and far between at the moment, right?
Yes.
So probably with this set, there's probably going to be options of every color for every Royal Knight, right? Unless they decide to reprint Bifrost from BT-3. I don't remember off the top of my head if that one has,
I don't think,
Royal Knight text, right? Or Spiral Masquerade, which was the Lord Knight option,
right?
Yeah. Or Wyvern's Breath. Yeah. That's Dynasmon, right?
Yeah.
I don't think that has Royal Knight on it. So you'll be able to reduce the play cost of those options by 1. So all of these have the specific keywords of bypassing the gains rule of that raising area kind of being that sacred area where it's protected. So I'm excited about this, man.
I am too.
I know you are too, because we both love alternative playstyles. We both love zoo-style decks. We've both made Royal Knight Zoo before.
Yeah, and this just does it by itself.
And this just does it in a whole archetype with nothing but support for it.
It's weird. You take Royal Knights and you take D Reaper and you put them together and you end up with this
something
weird,
better than
cool
both.
version.
Yeah.
And it's not you expect to see stuff like this in an EX set.
Yes.
This is an EX style,
I agree with you. That's a perfect
kind of thing. This is interesting.
But no, this is BT-13, right? The first booster after RB1, after EX4. all that stuff.
And I know a lot of probably most of the Royal Knight stuff. I mean, I can't think of a Royal Knight that has an on play right now. So it's like they're kind of trying to find a way. They're gonna make this good.
Yeah.
With the cards that come out with this set.
Yeah.
But it's interesting to see what some of these cards do because they make it very clear that you can play these because I think every Royal Knight they've showcased so far.
That's what I was going to say next,
has
right?
a when digivolving and an on play that are the same thing. So you can play them in this, or you can mix them with a Jessamon deck you already have, an Alphamon deck you already have. So it's going to be very, very interesting. I mean, and we just talked about Jessamon. I mean, here we go again. I think we talked about it on a podcast.
I think I mean
prior,
I'm not a big Jessamon fan. I know it's a good deck. I know it's super high roll. It's not my play style.
It's just super strong. And we're when they announce another Royal Knight set, we're just how strong are they going to make Jessamon? Because
can they skip Jessamon and do the other ones?
We've already got 2 Jessamons that are really strong. We have the Saviors that are really strong. We have the Sistermons that are really strong. We have a GX that's insane.
Yeah.
We know if they're doing Royal Knights, they're going to give us another one. This one's pretty good too.
Yeah, well, they all have, so far as we've seen, they're all relatively low play costs. For example, I think Genku and Jess, correct me if I'm wrong, are both 11 costs.
11, and then reduced by 4.
Reduced by 4 or 5 on the first
5
turn,
on the
right?
First turn. Yeah.
And I think the alpha might be 12 that we've seen so far.
So it's a 6 cost, level 6. But, it's kind of like that trade-off you get with 4 Great Dragons where you lose it at the beginning of your next turn.
Correct. With the Yggdrasil, it's going to put it all underneath.
But it makes your next one cheaper.
And my first impression was man, I would love to have Yggdrasil with all these sources underneath and then play Tidal Wave or Kaiser Wave. Or Kaiser. Yeah. Or remove the sources out. But it can't leave the raising area. It doesn't have DP.
Yeah.
You can't have Digitamas with no DP on the battlefield. That's why Mother can be on the field because she's a 15k Digitama. Right? So you won't be able to Kaiser now. You won't be able to Tidal Wave. But its own ability, or seems like there's going to be cards that are going to pull things out from underneath that.
Yeah.
Now, what I'm waiting for, and this is, I will say this before we dive specifically into the deep end of what the level 6s, the Royal Knights that we've seen so far do, right, is none of these have Rush.
Yet. I feel
so,
like that may be where the options come in.
So let's speculate here, right? Is it going to be an option?
I think
like you said.
Option. Yeah.
Is it going to be? I can almost think it's going to be a Sistermon. That's a Sistermon.
It could.
Or if they do Huckmon as a level 3, I can't think of another level 3 that is more of a Royal Knight theme, tribal, whatever, right? Because you could play the original Huckmon from what was that? BT-6 or 7?
6.
BT-6, Double Diamond, where the Huckmon was on play, reveal, grab Royal Knights or Sisters, right? So that Huckmon was just a good on play, that makes sense for this deck. You might play a lot of Sisters, especially if you play the Genku package, or you might play Huckmons. So maybe it's one of those, a Sister or a Huck.
I feel like whatever level 3 is going to be, it's going to be white. It has to be because
it has
because
to be.
Every other color is represented by their Royal Knight.
I don't know. Huck, they might keep Huck red.
Well, I feel like Huck will stay red.
But if they give whatever it is that gives Rush, right? Or maybe it's going to be one of Yggdrasil's sentient bodies that you end up fighting in Digimon Cyber Sleuth as a random
You're not
card,
speaking my language anymore, but I feel you.
But like D-Reaper, right? They just don't have a level and it's a 5 cost Jerry or whatever. That something like that to give these Royal Knights Rush. Because as of right now, we have these Royal Knights with on-play effects, whether it's removal, whether it's playing bodies, right? But we don't have a way for these Royal Knights to attack and do damage.
I feel like they would have to have Rush and Blitz because, you're not going to attack.
Yes,
even
right.
so turn 1.
Yep.
These are all 11, 12K.
Yeah.
Or 11, 12 cost.
So you reduce the cost by 5. It's still not
like a 6 or a 7 cost. It's still going to pass turn when you play it, right?
Absolutely.
And then you're going to lose it at the beginning of your next turn.
Yeah.
So it's going to be interesting how this works. Now, we looked at the Jessamon and we talked about all that.
Yes.
The Alphamon has its own little trick where all turns once per turn when this new Alphamon would leave the battle area by effect. So that's an interesting thing because once again, I feel like Bandai's doing a great job at throwing these new Royal Knights in this set and making them compatible with old Alphamon stuff.
Yeah, so if you
and
want to play
new
it
Alphamon
separate.
stuff. I mean,
Yeah.
because that's a great effect by itself, right?
Yeah.
Because it prevents Chaos Dig. It prevents when you would leave battle by placing one card with X antibody or a Royal Knight in its traits under its evolution cards, you can prevent that.
It's like a good universal multi-purpose effect
Yes.
that can apply to multiple decks. Absolutely.
So at the beginning of your next turn, you get to keep the Alphamon. Therefore, you can swing with it because it's already been out for a turn. And you tuck the option underneath it, which is probably going to be the X antibody, right?
Yeah.
And then you're going to swing and you're going to Oryukin and do all the fun things that Alphamon does. And I hate that deck. I mean, it's a good deck, but
Yes.
it's the bane of my existence.
Yeah.
So it's interesting to see how they do this thing where they're like, we're going to give you these new Royal Knights and we're going to make them very subscribed to this new format with this Yggdrasil. But we're going to make them also good with their old format because we also got, I mean, if we're going back to the Jessmon, we got a new,
go back
we can
move to the Jessmon.
Yeah, we got another Savior Huck, which is amazing.
Yeah, we got a pretty strong Savior Huck, right? And this is so like this Savior.
I feel like they're backtreading. They're like, we restricted the other one, but we still want to keep this strong. So here's like the same one with half the effects, but they're still really strong.
Yeah,
because all people cared about. I mean, it was nice to be able to digivolve with the other Savior Huck, make a sister, but the fact that this one still does the inheritable, or when you swing, you can play a Sistermon, like that is ridiculous again.
Yeah, I mean, this is how I feel about the Dorugray. Right, like or Dorugurmon, because it's not a Greymon, guys. It's come on, Bandai. It's like the same thing. Like I have the exact same thought process where this is similar to the one that's already restricted.
Yeah.
You know, where it's like it does do a lot of good stuff, and it is strong. It can't prevent deletion this time. It can prevent DP reduction.
Yeah.
Right. Whereas before that was like Alphamon's weakness was DP reduction. So very interesting to see that they are bringing back these Royal Knight decks and making them stronger. Like Alphamon's having resurgence at our locals or in our area. I think a lot of people are excited to play it and bring it back. And, you know, hopefully by BT-13, people are still playing it. Or if they want to play it, they can.
They should. It's so strong.
Yeah. So the Royal Knights we've gotten so far for Yggdrasil, we've said Genku, Jess, and Alpha so far.
Yeah, we haven't talked about the Genku,
They've all been black and red. So I'm almost wondering if there's going to be this like different ways to build this deck, right? With 13 different Royal Knights, we're going to have blue, red. So we haven't had a green Royal Knight, right?
So we've had black and red level 6s.
Yes.
But we have these tamers too. And this Richard Sampson is insane. This is the Kentaro.
Oh, yes.
Kentorosmon has its own tamer now.
Yeah.
Which is dope.
Something I never thought I would see.
Right? So he's a 3-cost, which I love. I love 3-cost tamers.
And read that first line.
When this card is trashed from your security stack by an effect, you may play. I mean, obviously, that's what happens. But
No. This is different. This might like surface level.
By an effect.
Exactly.
Yes,
so let's say they swing into security and this is the first card they hit. It'd be played like normal.
Yeah.
Let's say they chaos deg you. Let's say they Imperial or let's say whatever Gallantmon trashes your security.
Or
whatever.
X antibody.
Trash, right?
Yeah.
This gets played by the trash.
Regardless.
This is the first tamer we've had that just gets played right.
Yeah.
Because of
even if you trash it. Yeah.
Even
I didn't catch that.
Yeah, I know. It's like really hard to miss because at first you're like, it's just like a normal. No. This tamer's here to stay.
Guys, he's supposed to talk to me about this stuff before we film this. You know what I mean? Like
as I bumped the camera again.
Oh, you're fine. That's why we have multiple cameras.
I'm getting too excited. I'm like moving my body as I'm talking.
He's really excited about this set.
BT-13 stuff.
We're good. But yeah, no, I mean, it's a very interesting tamer because, I mean, if you have both security stacks like at 6 or less, so you gain a memory either way.
Yeah.
So it's a very good memory tamer at 3.
Yeah. It's a good memory tamer
because you're going to gain memory either way.
Yeah, I'm definitely curious to see what type of decks play this tamer other than Kentoros or Royal Knight decks, you know?
Yeah. Well, it lets you warp too. So that promo Kudamon.
Yes.
I'm really curious to see what the value of that is.
If you haven't picked up your
playset.
Your playset of those promo Kudamons, and this is something you're thinking about playing, right? Now again, this goes back to what I was saying. Like so far we've seen red and black level 6s, right?
Yeah.
Do I think that you're gonna play all 13 Royal Knights in one deck? Probably not.
No.
You're gonna focus on your favorites or whichever one your play style is, or your favorite color, right? You know, like maybe like Kentoris is probably gonna be yellow due to this tamer, right? You know, there was a chance that they changed color. So if let's say just for what Royal Knights we've already had, Lord Knight, Dynus, Kentoris. If they're all yellow, maybe you just play those three. You just play a 3-3-3 split, 4-4-2 split, whatever it may be.
It depends on what the interaction is going to be.
It depends what the interaction is going to be, and obviously as we have more and more coming out, right? But I almost have a feeling yellow is going to be the best.
It's going to be so much fun. I can't wait.
Here's why. Because
as someone that already built a yellow Royal Knights deck,
you did. You absolutely
and I had
did.
a lot of success with it. I had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I think that this is going to be a lot of fun. That Kudamon, I feel like they've been planning this for a while.
Yeah, you've bought those a while ago. You built Kentoris a while ago with that.
Yeah,
I played Kentoris at the first Evo Cup in 1.0. I'm excited too for this.
It's
right?
very disruptive.
Yeah,
because you get to give the security tech -2.
Yeah,
the Kudamon is great because whenever you have the, you can use Analog Youth to keep your Kentoris in trash.
Yep.
And you just play a Kentoris for 3 and recover 1, and you get to add that back to your deck. Like it's very, very cool. So I can't wait to see what the interaction and like what kind of decks. I mean, the good thing is like in Japan, we get to see like some cool Japanese mind games going on with these things. Like they're going to be able to theory craft some really cool decks, and then we always take them and can tweak them, right?
Yeah.
But I love Kentorismon already, and so I want to make sure. I can't wait until we get to actually do this, and I feel like it's going to be like probably like August or September of next year before we get to play with these cards. But the fact that they're giving Kentorismon its own tamer makes me really wonder what that Kentorismon's actually going to do. And the Kudamons. Yeah. We haven't seen those because we're going to get
probably a new Kudamon.
We're going to get both. But that promo one is going to be good, I guarantee.
Like I really have a feeling that there's going to be a level 3 for whatever style color for the Royal Knights. Like there's probably going to be a new Kudamon, right, for this. There's probably going to be a new Agumon. It just depends on what color style you build. As of right now, I can see red, black. We've already been revealed, and we'll talk a little bit more of those in a sec. Probably a potential yellow, which I think is going to be the best version right now, guessing, because for those of you who have played Zoo decks, or those of you who have played, those... Zoo decks is the best way to say it, right? If you've played a Zoo deck, you want big, beefy security, you want big, powerful options, and sometimes you want to be able to heal. You kind of want to be able to play like a mix of security control with just a little bit where that's not the focus, right?
Right.
So having recovery, having security attack -, having just enough stall to do a lot of damage, I think is going to be really, really strong. That being said, the red-black version, the Genku that plays Sisters, playing those Sisters in this type of style of deck could be really good because that could be your aggression. That could be where all your attacks come from. But it depends, right? I think blue is going to get Ulforce. I don't think they're going to put Ulforce in a different color.
No.
Leopardmon's going to be a tough one.
We didn't say that.
I think that's the 13th
that's the
one.
13th one.
As I'm like sitting here thinking about this, which also means I wonder if they're going to give us Leopardmon leopard mode. That'd be sweet too. But anyways.
One second. So
yeah.
That also goes into a really cool thing because it also turns all your Sistermons into jammers.
If you play the original one.
Yes. But which is a good on-play effect because none of the other Sistermons, because that's not an all-play. It's not a non-play. It's an all-turn.
It's just they just have
or your turn.
So now all your sisters have
So that could be fun.
And I remember you talked about that particular style of deck. Once the Sistermons came out, you went through and you were like, "Oh, who are all Royal Knights?"
I made the Blue Royal Knights,
and you
deck
did make Blue Royal Knights. You did. Yeah, and you focused on the Leopardmon.
Yes.
Oh, it's hard because that Leopardmon was a 4-cost Evo in metas that were doing like, especially with Lord Knight as the top dog at that point. 3-cost Evo doing way more than the Leopardmon was.
Yeah.
But I think blue is going to be the worst color for all of this Royal Knight shenanigans.
You think so? Even with all the support we get in BT-11?
Yeah, because what is he going to do?
Knights?
On play, bounce a card back to your opponent's hand? I don't need another Kikaitis Breath. I hate that card. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be negative here, but it's going to be like, because like, for example, Jesmon, on play, delete a 6K, and then you can add DP, right? We'll talk more specifically about it in a sec.
That's good. Yeah.
Right? But like, the blue one's going to be on play, return a level 5 to hand. And it's like...
with a lot of prevention in
with
like
the
game.
Some prevention or whatever, right? So it's like, it's going to be okay, but it's not going to be that great.
Unless it gets all... it's jamming's good. It's
still good. Yes. If they give us jamming, that'd be cool.
What else is blue?
Ulforce.
No, unblockable.
Oh,
is another blue thing. So
yeah,
If it gives all your level 4s unblockable,
then all of a sudden I would
good.
I'd probably change my mind. But as of right now, my predictions are yellow is probably going to be the best because it's going to be really defensive, right? With a lot of good
or recoveries,
right? Stall base, security attack minus, DP reduction. Red black will probably be really, really close just due to aggressive. Probably play a lot more sisters in their builds.
The black will be block. I mean, Craniomon's got to have something with.
It's got to
turn all your sister mons into blockers.
Got to be blockers, right? And then blue's going to be the worst because it's going to bounce into the hand. And then green is just going to be like upgraded potatoes.
What's green?
Or something.
What's a green?
There's no green Royal Knights. We've not had a single green Royal Knight. So green is going to be the one color and purple.
And purple.
But green is the worst color for usually for booster sets. I'm sorry. But like green is going to be the color that gets like upgraded potato decks.
What is green going to get this set?
It's going to be upgraded stuff from BT-12, which was potatoes.
You think so?
Or the Burgermon and stuff. Or it's going to be...
Not bugs. No bugs this set?
I would love to see bugs. I would love to see some good Kabuterimon stuff.
What if they give us another dragon? What if they give us another, like an updated Nidhogg?
Like if they gave us an updated Nidhogg, that'd be great.
Is there an X antibody for Nidhogg?
I wish... Hold on. Examon technically was blue-green. So maybe they give us Examon as green. So maybe I should retract a little bit. Examon was blue-green, and maybe they give us like a good
we have to get another Examon. They already told us we're going to get another.
Yeah. So if they told us we're going to get another Examon,
it's probably going to be green.
And if that's blue, it might make blue not the worst, but it depends. It depends.
There's nothing in purple.
Yes, but purple is supposed to be the evil colors, right? That's supposed to be I almost said warlords. I'm playing the wrong game. The demon lords.
Yeah,
the demon lords, right?
Yeah,
so that's probably what purple's going to do. Whether or not they're going to have all 7 warlords in this set or all 7 demon lords in this set, I don't think so.
No, there's not enough room.
There's not enough room for 7 level 6s. Right? Oh, excuse me, 6 level 6s, 1 level 5 for Lucemon Chaos mode, right?
Maybe they go Satan mode. Did we get Satan mode?
I do think we get something like that we haven't seen. You know,
obviously they can't call it Satan mode.
Yeah. Lucemon, devil mode, devilish mode, darkness mode, whatever. But like there's also a form of Creepymon that could be a level 7. Or there's a form of Creepymon that could be a really strong level 6.
I'm already invested in the fact that now I'm more curious about what the purple big boss of the set's going to be than anything else, because I feel like the other ones are predictable, right?
Yeah, they're predictable, yes, right, but it's also like, what support are we going to get with it as well? Because like, it doesn't matter what the Royal Knights are. If none of the Royal Knights have rush and none of the Royal Knights can attack with Yggdrasil, you're just going to keep playing Royal Knights and never attack and deck out and lose, or you're going to lose after you take 6 hits. So
I don't think that's going to be.
It depends on the support.
There might be a tamer. There might be a white tamer that's like, if you have X number of sources in your breeding area, all your Royal Knights gain rush.
It will probably be source based though, just like you said,
because then they'll be able to time it out. So like, you'll have like a 4-cost tamer that you play, and once you hit X number of sources in your digital, it gives your opponent time to do what they need to do before you're just like, I'm really strong. Just like kind of Reaper, right? Like Reaper.
Exactly.
Reaper
it's
a countdown.
Yeah,
it's a countdown.
It's a countdown.
Yeah. So like, you have to be able to beat your opponent before X, Y, and Z happens.
Exactly.
But, like, Reaper always had that, like, well, there's that X factor. Like, if you can swing over a 15 unsuspended body, then you just win the game.
Yep.
Now
there's a little bit more.
It stays protected unless this is the set, and I've talked about it multiple times.
Okay.
Where you get to interact with the breeding area.
I don't think that'll be a thing.
I know you knew you were going to shake your head. I should have prefaced that statement by saying Jeff's going to shake his head when I say this.
Now, obviously, this card,
that's the safe space.
I didn't predict this card. I did not predict Yggdrasil was going to have breeding effects, right? You're not wrong. Sure, there could be a card that does affect the breeding area, but in my opinion, it would break the game.
Yeah.
The whole point of that area is that it's supposed to be that safe area. It's the safe space that we all need, right? No, I'm just kidding. It's supposed to be that spot where those, OTK decks can build and hide in there and then make their move. Yeah. But they're still setting up, right? You're saying you can still do all the things you need to do. They can still hit security and die. Yeah. Could you imagine, like, you would not be able to play the game if you could Gaia Force something in the radiusing area?
I would.
Right? Like,
I'd love it.
No, I would absolutely hate it. We were just not going to agree on this point.
Yeah, but they already let you.
It would break the game.
On your turn,
they've
already, like with Analog Youth and Mimes, they've kind of teased you a little bit with the ability to interact with it, right?
But
or
that's
to
a good
accelerate
mix.
it.
But that's a good mix, right? That's a good mix where
But if you can accelerate it, why can't they manipulate it a little bit?
because there's a difference between completely ruining what your opponent's doing, like because like you're a zoo player, you know exactly what I'm talking
I
about.
don't know what you're talking about.
You don't use the raising area. You hard play a 5 cost.
It's not lock and load.
Or a 7 cost.
Yeah.
You know, how many times have you been Gaia Force when you play a body on your turn 1 with Zoo?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, imagine you're doing the raising area, all of a sudden they just blow it up. You know, like
it's interesting though because you also have to think about the things that that Bandai is letting us interact with because in the coming sets you're able to strip sources off tamers.
Yes.
Which you've never been able to do before.
Correct.
So they're actively giving us more ways to interact with things we've never been able to touch before, right?
Yeah, because when Hexa Blau came out, nobody put sources underneath the tamers. They went on top.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's like it's cross-based and stuff like that. So
it's cross and the Digimon. I get it. They're doing the right move there.
I know you're going to hate to think about this, but eventually you're going to be able to manipulate.
No, never. Never once. Never once. I will bet you an alternate art analog youth.
I just pulled one today.
Yes, I know you did. I'm looking at it. That's why we're saying that. Yeah. I will bet you an alternate art analog youth that they never have an effect that deletes
he bought a case of EX1 and got one alternate art, and I bought
a box today and got it. Yeah. I mean, anyways. But like, you know, Digimon Emperor, right, does say if an opponent's level 3 comes out of the raising area, they lose memory.
Two memory.
Yeah. And the one of the first cards we had coming out of the breeding area, besides like Yoshina, we also had that Sakuyamon. Remember when a lot of yellow war grade players started attacking in the Sakuyamon, so that way when a body was promoted at a racing area, would gain security attack minus.
Yep.
I do think that there's the possibility of more of that coming out.
So the interaction between leaving
the safe space, leaving that sacred area that should not be touched. You know, that needs to be a core part of the game. That's like saying, oh, we're going to play Digimon, but you don't have security anymore. Yeah. It would change the game. Like this game functions the way it does because you get to, just like you would, my mind instantly goes to Digimon World Dawn of Dusk, when you would have your little Digi farm and you'd raise your little guy from a level 2. And then once it came a certain level, you could take it with you on adventures. That's exactly what it is. And that's how it needs to be.
Your interpretation of the game is so cute. It's so nice and happy.
Sorry,
I'm like big boss monsters that just destroy other assholes.
You're like I just want to delete all the babies in the raising area.
Everything
just like,
dies. Yeah. No, but like Digimon Emperor is a great example because there's that. I mean, but you also get to interact with it on a positive note too, with all of the what was it? The Agumon stuff and Gabumon stuff. Yeah. Like when you raise certain
That's a good point too. Like as you come out of that raising, there will probably be more effects like that.
Yeah.
So I do want to make one more point about Yggdrasil, especially because we were talking about the raising area.
Yeah.
Do you play a 5th egg?
No.
Hear me out.
If there's a 5th egg with Royal Knight, then yeah.
No. Because the card so far, unless I don't understand the card right, doesn't say anything about that 5th egg having to be a Yggdrasil to go underneath.
It has to have Royal Knights in its traits.
To go underneath? No, not
to go underneath, yeah. But
no, we're talking about the egg, just the level 2. It says, start your main phase, reveal the top card of your raising area, and put it underneath. Doesn't say anything about specific conditions right now. I don't think, unless correct me if I'm wrong.
No, you're right. Yep.
So now this is. I know I'm sounding crazy because you have a 20% chance of getting the wrong egg and being stuck and not being able to do your combo.
Yeah, why would you?
Unless you play like a level 3 that can digivolve and quickly get out of it, right?
Which it would have to be red because obviously you're gonna play.
That whole 5th egg could be one less memory to hard play your Royal Knight.
You're making me reread this 1,000 times instead of like looking at you.
I mean, the whole point of this, guys. Okay, like I'll shut up. I swear about this. After
no, you're good.
This whole thing is a whole new alternative playstyle. That is the first thing that got revealed basically at a BT-13 as we're blowing up our phones at locals today. Like, holy crap! Look at all these reveals, right? Like. This is huge. This is a whole nother way to play the game. Like, remember when Mother got revealed?
Yeah.
How excited we were just to have different ways to play the game? You know, like this is like a better version
No,
of that.
you're right.
with-
You're right.
Yeah.
It still reduces it by 1.
So it reduces it by 1. So it's like, yes, you could have really bad luck. Now, honestly, I think you're probably best to stay with 4 eggs, but is there going to be an egg that can work with that as a 5th egg? I have no idea. Or do you just play mother? You just play mother as the 5th egg so you can promote out of 15K.
Did you say Gallantmon?
I had to have said Gallimon as a Royal Knight.
Did you?
Yes, we just haven't seen anything for Gallimon so far, but okay, let's do this
So
again.
you run
Let's do
what?
this again.
So you run like a Digimon with 1 Gimon? Or you run
Well, it depends. It depends. Like my first thought right is to run the red egg. And if you run the Huckmon that searches Royal Knights and Sisters,
Yeah.
right? Then you could just play a red egg and you can just Huckmon when you need to, or just any other good red level 3, whatever. Maybe Solarmon, maybe they'll give us a memory denier in red by this point. We haven't seen it yet. Who knows? Just to get it out in the field. Then you have it just in case it's your first egg, right? As long as Yggdrasil's your first egg, the next 4 don't matter. So obviously, like
the 20% chance.
Yeah. So maybe
and
at that
80% chance.
Yeah. So it's an 80% chance to have the Yggdrasil, right? Now, if that 20% chance completely ruins the game, it's not ever going to be worth it to run a 5th egg. 1 memory reduction won't be worth it because ideally, by the time you get to that 5th egg, you have so many Royal Knights, you're playing all the Royal Knights for free, right?
Yeah.
Or very close to free, right? So,
or you can run Mother for your 5th egg.
Well, that's what I was saying. If you run Mother for your 5th egg, because that's what I was saying.
You can raise that.
It's a 15K that you can promote out whenever you need to, so it's not in the way. And then it can just be a big body that
distracts the high
distracts your opponent or something. And then you can play Gatekeeper too,
No.
I'm getting ridiculous now.
That's too much. But the
yes.
Mother could
Yes.
raise, and it could be a distraction for everything that targets highest play or highest DP and
Yes.
stuff like that.
Yes, exactly. No, that's how I feel. So interesting for sure. And then should we actually talk about some of these level 6 Royal Knights that we've seen, or
Yeah, I mean, we already talked about Jessamon.
we talked about Jessamon. I think the one I want to talk about next is Genku. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know
I
what
mean,
your
there
order
is a
is.
blue tamer too.
It's blue. No one cares. It's not Melga.
He looks
Next.
like Danny DeVito. He's
Danny DeVito is in the card game. If you were watching this, hit us up. We'll hit
okay.
you up
What
with
does
some
he
free
do?
cards.
So he's
What
a
does he
3
do?
cost on play. Play 1 blue level 3 from under one of your blue Digimon's Digivolution cards. So it's
Okay, I'm actually
interesting.
kind of liking it.
Okay. Leomon player. Over there.
Leomon player. It's perfect for
When you
Leomon.
play a blue Digimon all turns, by suspending its tamer, you may place 1 level 4 or lower blue from your hand under that as so yeah, I mean you could do a lot of fun
I
things
wonder if
with
that's
this.
gonna be for Leopardmon, because Leopardmon from BT-3
Yeah.
does say when digivolving, play a level 4 or lower from its source,
Yeah.
and then it gains everything jamming. So
That's going to be the Leopardmon tamer.
that could be the
for sure,
Leopardmon tamer
for sure.
Absolutely.
He does look like Danny DeVito.
So Danny DeVito rides on a mechanical leopard into battle to do Yggdrasil's bidding. Got it.
We won't know more, but we have to talk about the Agumon. The Agumon
Let's
is
get this
insane.
out of the way, okay? Because
It hurts my feelings.
I'm not upset about another Agumon, believe it or not. Like, because I am an Agumon fan. I do like
so
Agumon.
strong for level.
They've already
3.
given us so much support for red, yellow, Agumon, Shine
it's
Gray,
so
Rise
good.
Gray, Marcus style
Yeah.
decks. How do you even have room for this anymore at this point?
Yeah.
Like every set, you like what was it? BT is it 12 that we first get the Marcus punch?
Yeah,
And all
but
that
the Marcus
Rise Grade
punch
stuff.
was
No.
mandated
I get
because
that.
you had to declare that at the beginning of your turn.
I get that. But like we've had that. Then we had EX4 with even more Agumon support with this same line.
Yeah.
So by this point, you've already maxed out your deck. You've already cut a couple choices. You're playing 2 ofs. You're playing, this one has a 3 of, or this one has a 3 of, whatever, to reduce the number of Agumons to get to this point.
Yeah.
Now we have another one.
This one is
to
too
fit
strong.
into the
This one's
deck.
too strong.
Yes, please read it.
It's too strong for a bunch of reasons. So, 1, it's still a 3 cost.
Yes.
2,
Yes.
it's dual color, so it lets
Yep.
you activate different color options.
Red and yellow.
3, so this Marcus that everyone waited for, the punch, was like it was expensive.
Yes.
It's not a cheap Marcus.
No.
And 2, you had to decide. You couldn't just do it in the middle of your turn. You have to decide at the beginning of your turn with that Marcus whether or not you're going to raise it as a Digimon.
Correct.
And you're going to punch with it. It doesn't. You can't just do it as a whim, like
You
as a
just can't
gotcha.
be like, yeah, I'm going to win now. Yeah.
This thing is a 3-cost level 3, so they didn't change the on play. It's dual color, so you can activate all of your Wyvern's Breath, Gaia Force, whatever you want to do.
Sunrise Buster.
Sunrise Buster, you're one of.
You're one
and,
of.
Also,
Depends who's watching.
It turns all of your Marcuses, i.e., the ones that you play a lot in your yellow. I mean, you're going to put this in your yellow war gray.
Well, the deck has changed. The deck is like no longer yellow war gray. It's shine gray.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like
it's so good, and it turns all of your Marcuses into once per turn, so you can do it whenever you want.
Correct.
You can turn any of your Marcuses into a 3K Digimon. They can't Digivolve, which who cares because you're going to do it for game.
Mm-hmm.
And you can do it for 3.
It.
So all you have to do is have a memory tamer. Or, I mean, it's yellow, so you can have a reinforced memory boost and pop the boost and play this down and then use your Marcus and win the game.
Like, how is this?
How is this a card?
How is this a card? Like, how is this
so strong?
Like, why did they make Shine Gray so strong? I don't get it.
It's so
I'm
strong.
terrified of Shine Gray. It's like, I was just having this conversation with somebody. Like, what have the best decks have been, right? Well, War Gray X, Black War Greymon, right? Shine Greymon. Like, they're just all of the Shine Greymon love, but you don't have Crescarumon as a top deck.
Yeah.
Like,
crazy,
give some love to the gurus besides Melga.
This is the strongest level 3 I've seen, I think, in the game.
Yeah, that's
in the fact that
have you seen Lucamon? It's a 10K. And it heals.
But it doesn't play for 3.
And it reduces the play cost. You can play for 5.
Plays for 5. Yeah.
You can play for 5.
This is insane.
Yes. No,
I think
absolutely.
it's the strongest
Absolutely.
rookie in the game come BT-13.
It's very, very
It's the most, I don't want to say strongest, but it's the most versatile. It lets you do the most things, which is...
For those of you watching, let us know what you think the best level 3 or the strongest level 3 is by this point. Yeah. And let us know if you're going to play this Shine Greymon deck.
Yeah.
What level 3s you're going to play, because this seems like a mandatory 4 of. But I also thought the one from BT-12 was a mandatory 4 of. And then the EX4 one.
Yeah.
I don't remember if that one off the top of my head, but that one felt like it was also
they're just
pretty close to a 4
Agumons on
like
top,
you're just going to play those. Like, do you play Searchers? Do you
you play
Agumon X
Nokias
antibodies?
for sure.
Do you play? Yeah. It's
yeah.
How do you have room for Nokias if you have to play all these Marcuses?
I don't care. I'll find
and
it.
the Marcus is a 5 cost.
Oh yeah,
so
we
now
have a new Marcus as well. Yeah.
We have another 5 cost tamer.
This is an interesting one too, because this is the first tamer we have that one sets us to 3, and then can also gain us 1 more.
Yes.
So this is the first essentially 4-cost tamer.
Yeah.
Because it in on play, you suspend it. So all turns when it's suspended. So you play it for 4, essentially.
Yeah.
Because on play, you suspend it. All turns when it's suspended, one of your opponents Digimon gets minus 3K, and then if you have that, or if you have an Agumon or Greymon, when you play this, you gain a memory.
Yeah.
So if you have an Agumon or Greymon on field, when you play this, it only costs 4. And it's a memory setter, so very, very good. But yeah, it's funny to me just how strong that they're just willing to make these yellow-red versions of things. Where it's like, how many Marcuses have we had now? This will be the 3rd.
3rd Marcus, yep.
Right? Yep. And they're just finding retroactive ways to make even the old ones strong.
Yeah, because...
And the old one was already strong. You already use it in your yellow war grade.
Yeah, why
insane.
would you? I mean, but that you said Nokia, and it's like, I don't know if you play Nokia with all the
I don't think there's room. Yeah, like why wouldn't you play all?
Unless you just really like getting Death X with all the tamers you play. Like,
yeah, cool.
People do like that. I guess people are in whatever tickles their fancy. I guess so.
If you would have told me that we're gonna get 12 Marcuses in a deck before I can have more than 4 Arata Sonatas, I'd be really upset, and I am really upset. Like,
I think Bandai knows that you have yet to play Cyber Sleuth, which is specifically why they won't give you any more.
It's down there. It's
Sonatas.
right behind you. I just haven't played it. It's down there. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I just don't.
Everybody in the comments blast Jesse for not playing the game that he bought a year ago, and
I bought it
At this
'cause I
point, you're not
support
even
the
gonna like it
franchise.
anymore.
I mean, I support a lot of the franchise.
Yeah, I think they know that.
Yeah. So it hurts my heart, man. I'm like, come on, like keep giving us good Marcuses.
Come on, man. Yeah. Give me a Sonata. Give me, yeah.
But the fact that like those Marcuses that we play in our decks already are going to be even better with this Agumon, and it makes I guess it makes some sense, but I think it'll come to more fruition when we actually get to see it with this Kentaurus Mon, and the Leopard Mons. We get to see with these other colors that aren't just black.
How they're
going to
do Old Force, right? Because
yeah,
it's going to be different than just swinging with multiple Tamers, right? So,
and we haven't really felt Old Force yet, right? So it's like Old Force is going to be a force to be reckoned with in BT-11.
yes.
So I think that whatever we see, we're going to have to feel BT-11 first.
Yep.
And feel like what that new meta is going to be for Old Force, because I feel like we haven't felt Old Force since BT-3.
Yeah.
Essentially,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Like it was a force to be reckoned. I remember playing a lot of games with it and just like unsuspends, does all this crazy
Old Force
stuff.
made a great comeback in BT5 with the dual tamer.
Yeah.
Sora and Joe and Sora, whichever the order is.
Yeah.
Because people realized that they could suspend that and unsuspend Old Force, which is really cool when they figured that out, or they would start tagging that in as a win condition with Hexablow. Like Hexablow would do all the stalling.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a really cool list. It was a really cool idea, and like I'm excited for Old Force to make a comeback with BT-11.
Got that new Rena.
I'm just excited for BT-11, man.
Yeah.
Like I know we're talking about BT-13, and I know there's BT-13, RB1, EX4, BT-12. But guys, we don't even have BT-11 yet. It's crazy to look this far in the future.
We were looking at BT-11 today, and we're still finding like revelations. Like,
yes,
I forgot we could build that deck now. Like Bagra is going to be insane.
Bagra
it's going to be so good.
Insane.
I can't wait to see week 1 and 2 of what our locals look like. Because I know we have people that are all over the map. We have poop friends. We have Bagra friends. I'm think I'm going to build a poop deck. I think that looks like fun.
I think you should. We have some great ideas for that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh man, there's going to be so much fun stuff.
I'm just excited for all the tribal stuff.
Yes.
I get some of my favorite tribes. I get to update Leo. I get to update the mommies. I get to update the Tyrannos. And yeah, I'm just excited.
That Mary is terrifying.
Oh my goodness. It's so funny because I like yellow and I like playing purple, especially like playing purple, but I never build yellow purple, right?
Yeah.
Unless it's that Ordean list that we had way back on the channel. And I think it was your originally idea too. That was originally your idea too. And I just don't play purple yellow.
Yeah.
And it's like I really should start playing it. It's so
all
strong.
angels,
It's got
right?
a toolbox.
Angels,
it's got the cool fallen angels and stuff like that. So, but this never seems to strike my fancy. So we'll get one of the guys on our team to build that list really good.
Yeah,
for sure.
But I mean, it screams out to me because it plays level 5s for free.
You love that. You know me. Yeah, any deck that plays level 5s like that is crazy.
Let's pop into cards of the week.
Yes,
because
please.
We are getting long into this video, and I know you have a spicy one, and I have a spicy one.
Yeah, so...
what's your card of the week, Jeff?
My card of the week today is the Promo 41 Guilmon.
Ooh.
Level 3.
Cheating.
When attacking, draw 1 card.
Yep.
So, I've been very motivated by the... For those... I've already talked about it once already on this episode. Go check out that Dorbic list. That Dorbic list is sick on this channel. I absolutely love the Dorbic list. I'm so excited to get it. One of the favorite decks I've seen in a long time for sure.
Yeah.
And seeing all the potential of draw power. And then this goes back to even when you were talking about all the different colors for Machine Dramon.
Yep.
You were thinking about using that Guilmon for your draw engine in that.
Yes.
A lot of times when I play Zoo, if I'm not going to use the Jamming Vmon, I think about using this Guilmon.
Right.
So finally, I just was like, I'm just going to try my Raidenmon with this draw engine with the Guilmon. And I loved it. And I just remember all the decks that I have built, because I've built multiple decks with this particular Guilmon.
He builds a lot of decks.
I build a lot of decks. I build red's one of my favorite colors to build, and it's hard because that Guilmon does get overshadowed. Because if you're playing Wargrey X, you're gonna play Agumons, right? Now, obviously, like if you're gonna play Galamon, you have room for that Guilmon because it supports the tribe, right? Yeah. Like, and again, another reason I love Digimon is that it's a tribal game where it's not punishing you necessarily for always playing the tribe.
Right.
Like like it's just so easy to play Agumons and Wargrey decks, right? It's very easy
Or
to play.
Gallimon. You don't. Yeah,
All
you
Guillemons
can.
and
Yeah.
Gallimons.
Yeah.
Like it's very easy to do that. So you don't have to stress about being tribal and not being meta, right? So, but that Guillemon is so good in so many decks. Just the great draw engine, very powerful level 3. I think it's one of those that will not be going anywhere anytime soon.
No, we got it. We
Like-
get another alt art.
You remember the Pulsemon when that first came out? The yellow Pulsemon? How much that affected the game?
Yep.
I feel like this Guillemon affects the game to that level.
Yeah.
To where security control players have this wonderful draw engine, drawing 2 when paired with the Digimon like that. And
3
then you have,
if you count the Digivolve.
yeah, 3
Yeah.
if you count the Digivolve.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right. And then if you need to, you have removal with the Guillemon X antibody, right? There's just so many things that this card does. So that's my card of the week. What's yours?
I'm going way back.
You're going way back. Okay, take me back.
As you guys know, I've been going Machine Dramon
Yes.
because I am getting ready for
Or what?
the tournament.
The tournament in Springfield, Oregon, Mox Valley Games. Yeah,
February 19th, 12:30
I swear this is not a joke, guys. It started out as a joke because I kept trying to promote it, and
Yeah.
now it's yeah.
And honestly, like we don't get kickbacks for this or anything. We just want to see as many people there as we can.
We're just excited. Like
Yeah,
we got
it's gonna be
invited
fun.
as content creators to come do a tournament, and we're like pumped.
Yeah, it's going to be
about
so
this.
much fun. We can't wait. And a lot of people are coming with us. So we're super
Yes,
stoked.
yes.
So I've been playing Greasy, as you might call, or Gritty or whatever, with Machine Dramon. So tonight, because I do play Death Axes in the deck, and so
yes.
I'm playing to win because I have to. I'm going to end up in this Greasy meta with Black War Gray and this purple yellow stuff with Miri and stuff like that. So I already know that I'm in for it, right?
You're preparing ahead of time.
I'm preparing ahead of time. So tonight, my card of the week. They're probably going to be Machine Dramon based between now and the tournament because
okay,
I am
yeah.
playing Machine Dramon and trying to figure out the variants and how I play against different kinds of decks and between now and that tournament. So tonight, my card of the week is the BT-1 Secret Rare Metal Greymon.
I love that card. The virus. I love that card.
3K. I love that card because
Yep.
it triggers another one of my cards of the week, which is the Zubagon Punch, which
Yes.
won me multiple games tonight.
And in an upcoming gameplay video, another shameless plug time.
Shameless play. Yeah.
We have a wonderful matchup with featuring that Machine Dramon video or that Machine Dramon deck.
Yep.
Using that Greymon for that exact reason you just mentioned. So if you haven't seen it,
It's
definitely
gonna be
keep an eye
posted.
out on the channel.
That's
it
the
will be
next one
posted.
that's
That's
being
what I want to
posted,
say.
yeah,
Yes,
for sure,
yes.
It is a lot of fun. It helps me a lot. It is such a good 3K is huge as an inheritable.
Oh yeah, it's huge.
I mean, how many cards in the game just give you 1, maybe 2? This one is 3. It's huge.
the only
Yeah.
card in the game that gives you plus 3K as an inheritable. As
Yeah.
just a standalone.
Base. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
As a base plus 3K, it's the only one so far in the game.
Tonight was awesome because I got there was a couple times tonight where I got de-digivolved because that's the biggest thing you can do against Machine Dramon, right?
Yes.
De-digivolve, so strip the top off, right?
Yeah.
And it left a level 7. And when you play Machine Dramon, you learn to kind of where you want to tuck these inheritables.
Yeah, you put the order based on what options you're going to hit or whatever.
Yeah, and so now we're starting to get more generic inheritables like the Security Tech +1 from the Volcanomon.
Yep.
And then this gave me plus 3K. So there was a time where I got de-digivolved tonight, stripped the Machine Dramon off, and then it became my turn. Oh, because they Death X'd, right?
Death X, got it.
Stripped off the Machine Dramon, and then I was left with a 7K on top, but I still had the Metal Gray underneath. So he became a 10K, and I had the Volcano under that. So even after stripping...
10K, 2 checks.
Yes. Even after stripping off my Machine Dramon, I was able to swing 2 checks.
See, I thought you were going to say that was your top card.
No,
and it was security attack +2, but you had to pay 5 memory to attack with it.
That's very rare to be able to do that. But
yeah.
I love that 3K inheritable because it turns level 5s into essentially level 6s.
Yes.
Very, very strong. So very cool. Love that card. Glad we're getting a reprint.
I do
Even
too.
if they do some kind of a
It's a great
rotation.
card. It's a great card.
I'm
I
getting
love
it
that card.
back. I'm getting
Yes.
that one. Look at that, and then get the Giga Dramon, which actually both of those help the Zubagon. So
Makes a lot
that's
of
my
sense.
my other card of the week. So I guess all we have left to talk about is what are you working on this week?
That's such a
Huge for you because I already know what I'm playing at the tournament. You have this.
I'm doing soul searching. Is what I'm
you're
doing.
Soul searching and trying to figure out what you're going to play for this.
So it's great because between now and by the time this gets aired on Friday mornings at 8 a.m. on our channel, if you are not already subscribed, go ahead and subscribe.
No pressure for me to.
Obviously, if you're listening this far, you've probably already subscribed to us. But next Friday, when this gets posted, the Friday after, right? Hopefully, I had a great week of Digimon, figuring out the decks I'm theory crafting, figuring out the decks that I think are going to be meta, and the decks that I think represent me. And so my biggest thing is kind of finding my place in this all lonely world, trying to figure out what decks I'm going to play, and working on that because I know we still have a month until BT-11 comes out, but I want to build BT-11 decks.
Yeah,
that's what I want to do, you know? So
we're only going to have 2. Well, no, we'll have a week and 2 days. If we get pre-release the week that we normally get.
You're right.
We'll have time to get the cards we need.
We'll have time to get the cards we need. It won't be the shiny ones.
You're not going to go to Mox Valley Games and play a poop deck?
I might.
Good.
I might. The way that your list that we were talking about earlier, and we have a great contributor to our team, our friends, our channel, whatever you want to say. He came up with a really cool list that is just awesome to see in person. So it's like that's tough, but I don't know. We'll see what I do. We'll see. We'll see what happens the night before. Maybe I'll just play a bunch of cross threes because I like
that could be good too. Yeah.
I really liked the cross deck. I know it was stupid strong, and I know that a lot of people disliked it, and I still think yes, maybe a little bit more brainless than other decks, but it's going to be interesting for sure.
Yeah. Well, guys, keep an eye on the channel. Check out these new gameplay videos.
Gameplays.
And yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. Feel free to jump into Discord, hang out with us. Jeff's going to be playing some Discord games, and we're going to be playing some Discord games, and we're going to record it.
Yes.
And yeah, cheers to episode 20, my guy.
Episode 20. Awesome.
See you guys next time.
Thanks.